Have you ever wondered why lizards in some countries seem to have hit the genetic jackpot, growing to the size of small dogs, while in other places they barely reach the length of your finger? It's quite an enigma, isn't it? Just imagine a lizard lounging on a rock, basking in the sun, the size of a well-fed baguette, or a gecko skittering across your wall, no bigger than your favourite pair of loafers. It's a curious world we live in, where a creature can be as small as a paperclip in one corner of the globe, and as large as a dachshund in another. This enigma, this puzzle of Mother Nature, is our topic today. So let's embark on a journey that will take us across continents, through rainforests, deserts, and urban jungles. So come along as we explore the countries that host these colossal creatures, and maybe you'll think twice before complaining about the tiny gecko on your kitchen wall. Now, if there was a lizard beauty pageant, Australia would definitely be the reigning queen. This isn't just because Australia has the most diverse range of lizards on the planet, but also because it's home to some of the biggest. Let's take a walk in the land of giants. The Parenti, Australia's largest monitor lizard, can grow up to 8 feet in length. That's right, 8 feet! Now, imagine the surprise of the first settlers, expecting kangaroos and koalas, only to be greeted by these oversized lizards. They probably thought they'd taken a wrong turn and ended up in a prehistoric time warp. Then there's the Komodo dragon, which might make you question whether dragons are indeed a thing of mythology. They are the heaviest lizards on Earth, tipping the scales at a whopping 200 pounds. That's about the weight of an average human adult. And they're not just big, they are also fast, capable of reaching speeds up to 20 kilometers per hour. That's faster than most of us can run, so if you see one, you might want to rethink your escape plan. These giants are not just remarkable for their size, they are also fascinating creatures with unique behaviors and adaptations. The Parenti, for example, stands on its hind legs and tail to get a better view of its surroundings, a bit like a meerkat, but a lot more intimidating. The Komodo dragon, on the other hand, has a venomous bite, making it one of the few venomous lizards in the world. Australia's land of giants is indeed a spectacle to behold, showcasing the power and beauty of nature in its rawest form. But remember, these are wild animals, not pets or photo props, so it's essential to respect their space and observe them from a safe distance. So if you're planning a trip down under, you might want to pack some extra courage along with your sunblock, because in the land of giants, you never know when you might come face to face with a lizard that's bigger than your average dog. Moving on, let's hop across the pond to the Americas, where size absolutely does matter. In this land of vast landscapes and towering skyscrapers, it's no surprise that the lizards too like to supersize it. One such reptilian giant is the green iguana, a creature that can grow up to 6 feet long. That's right, 6 feet. Imagine a lizard as long as your sofa lounging around in the tropical rainforests of South America. But that's not all. The green iguana, despite its size, is something of an arboreal acrobat, nimbly navigating through the treetops. It's a bit like watching a tightrope walker, only this performer is covered in scales and can detach its tail if it feels threatened. Now let's take a detour north, where we encounter the black spiny-tailed iguana. This chap is a bit shorter than its green cousin, with a length of up to 4.5 feet. That's roughly the size of a standard baseball bat. Imagine that! A lizard that could give Babe Ruth a run for his money. Speaking of baseball, here's a fun fact to chew on. The black spiny-tailed iguana holds the title for being the fastest lizard on Earth, reaching speeds of up to 21 miles per hour. That's faster than Usain Bolt. Perhaps it's been taking running tips from the roadrunners. And while we're on the subject of speed, let's not forget the hot dog, the quintessential American fast food. Now, you might be wondering, what does a hot dog have to do with lizards? Well, consider this. Some species of lizards in the Americas can grow to be as long as a foot-long hot dog. Quite a thought to digest, isn't it? So, next time you're enjoying a hot dog at a baseball game, remember there's a lizard out there that's just as big. Now, let's venture to Africa, where dragons do exist, just not in the way you'd expect. In the heartland of Africa, where elephants roam and lions rule, another kind of beast lurks. Not quite the fire-breathing variety of law, but dragons nonetheless. Here, in the wilds of Africa, we find the Nile monitor and the Savannah monitor, the continent's very own dragons. First, let's meet the Nile monitor, a hefty creature that can grow up to 7 feet long. It's the African equivalent of a dragon. minus the wings and fire-breathing capabilities, of course. Just imagine one of these scaly fellows stretched out, end to end. That's taller than your average NBA player, and it's not just their length that's impressive. Nile monitors are also excellent swimmers, equally at home in the water as they are on land. Now let's turn our eyes to the Savannah monitor. A tad smaller than the Nile monitor, the Savannah monitor is still nothing to scoff at. They can reach lengths of up to 5 feet. That's about the size of a baby giraffe when it's born. And while they may not have the long neck of a giraffe, Savannah monitors have a robust build and a thick tail that they can use as a formidable weapon. Both of these monitors, or shall we say dragons, are apex predators in their habitats. They are not only opportunistic hunters, but also scavengers, feasting on everything from insects to small mammals and even other reptiles. Their voracious appetite and adaptability make them formidable survivors in the harsh African landscape. But don't let their size and predatory prowess frighten you. These creatures are an integral part of Africa's rich biodiversity. They play a crucial role in controlling the population of rodents and insects, contributing to the balance of the ecosystem. So if you ever find yourself on a safari, keep an eye out for these hidden dragons. They might not breathe fire or fly, but their presence is a testament to the wild and wondrous reality of the natural world. Finally, let's take a trip to Asia, where the dragons have made themselves right at home. In the vast expanses of this continent, two behemoths of the reptile world lay claim to their territories, the Komodo dragon and the water monitor. Unlike in the fantasy tales of yore, these dragons don't breathe fire. However, they are equally fascinating and, dare I say, a tad more real. The Komodo dragon, the heavyweight champion of the lizard world, can reach an impressive length of over 10 feet. These creatures are so large they make the Great Wall of China seem like a quaint picket fence in comparison. Now let's shift our gaze to the water monitor, a lizard that, despite its name, doesn't spend its time overseeing aquatic operations. This reptile is the second largest in the world, with a length of up to 9 feet. It's like having a fully grown anaconda slithering on your front lawn, but with legs, and a fondness for sunbathing. Asia's dragons are not just large in size, they are also quite the characters. The Komodo dragon, for instance, is known for its voracious appetite and has been known to eat up to 80% of its body weight in a single feeding. That's like a human devouring a whole refrigerator's worth of food in one sitting. The water monitor, on the other hand, is a strong swimmer and can stay submerged for up to half an hour. Imagine that, a 9-foot-long lizard playing hide-and-seek underwater. It's enough to make any Olympic swimmer green with envy. So next time you're marveling at the Great Wall of China or the Taj Mahal, remember there's a lizard out there that's just as impressive. Well, that wraps up our tour of the countries that are home to the world's biggest lizards. We've journeyed together through the land of giants, where size does indeed matter, and the bigger the better. We've seen how these scaly behemoths rule their domains, from the arid deserts to the lush rainforests. Let's not forget our thrilling adventure into the Dragon's Den, where we met some of the most awe-inspiring creatures that have ever crawled on this planet. Their size and power truly make them the stuff of legends. And, in case you're wondering, no, we didn't forget about the tiny lizards. They may not have the size, but they sure do have the spirit, don't they? In the end, it's not just about the size or the country, it's about the amazing diversity of life that our planet offers. Remember, the world is full of wonder and scale-covered surprises, so keep exploring, and who knows what you might find.